Alright, so this variation of Rambo is very common. You got the pulling hose on the low, and you have his command grab. Now, one thing that I don't really see many people taking advantage of is the fact that how much time passes by when you clip your opponent from right here. Let's say I clip my opponent from across the screen, right? You go up, boom, and this is what you're going to want to do. To me, a lot of people have the command grab just to get good damage off of it. To me, that's not the point of even having that move. The point of having the command grab is, first of all, you're not going to want to amplify it. People are always going to want to amplify it. It is what it is. To me, I don't think it's worth it. One bar is fine. This damage is completely fine right here. Like, there's no point in amplifying it, right? Like, right? I just don't really see a point in getting that extra damage. There's just, to me, there's no point. Now, the reason why you're not going to want to amplify it is because you have a throw crushing blow that really complements these two moves. Let's say time passes by, whatever, I'm being super patient. I grab my opponent, boom, grab him right here. Now I have two crushing blows that I could do. Both involve grabbing. Not only that, but Rambo has a button. Let's say my opponent doesn't have any bars. Let's just say he cannot wake up buttons. If you guys watched my previous video, he has a string where even if he delays, he does delay wake up into buttons, or whether he just wakes up buttons, it cannot beat the shit out. Like, if you time it, you just cannot beat it out, and it's super easy to time. You just cannot. So a good thing a thing your opponent's gonna do is literally block that shit, and that's when you get your grab game going. Once you get your grab game going, you have a throw crushing blow. So let's just say, right? Let's say I landed from across the screen. I never jump. Grab him right there. Do a little shimmy. Boom, boom. I could go for unbreakable damage. I can go for it's up to you on how you want to do it. Not only that, but you could like cash out, get unbreakable damage, and start loading up that crushing blow right there. In my opinion, these two moves really complement having like his slide crushing blows and his throw crushing blow. And not only that, but if your opponent starts rolling, that's 40% right there. And then they're right there, they can't wake up buttons. Like, it's kind of wild. Not only that, let's just say for whatever reason, Baraka decides to roll, right? Let's say I grab him, right? I'll do some unbreakable damage right here, and then I'll grab him, and just look at how much damage this man is going to lose. Like, it's kind of wild. So he has two setups that are going to leave your opponent dead in their tracks, like right in front of you. Which one is this one? Whatever, right? Also, you could do this right here. Sorry, boom, boom, boom. Not my bad. My fault. Boom, boom. And just leaves them right there. I don't see any point in that, to be honest. Also, from his slide, if you don't amplify his slide, look where you're at. Look at where you're at. Right in front of him. Have good hit advantage. So this makes Rambo very, very scary. Like, you're not going to want to roll with Rambo because there's a good chance you're going to get caught. And lose 40% for rolling. Wake up armor. If you want to wake up armor, Rambo has a good step back game where you can just stick that button out and he's not in danger. Not the longest button, but it's good enough, believe me. And there's that. And then you cannot afford to get hit by Rambo in this variation, because this shit adds up. Like, boom, think about it. You get hit by this, my fault. It's a little tricky to do. At least I find it a little tricky to do. There, 32%. You fuck up. That crushing blow comes out. I'll do something like this. Load this one up. Let's say I have it. Yes, it could add up. So you have two crushing blows that really complement this move and your command grab as well. And you should definitely take advantage of this command grab crushing blow. Definitely take advantage of it. And you know, every time you hit your opponent with something, you know, you don't always need to amplify it. Um, you could just simply do this and have this mind game up close or whatever. Or even this move. I do this move a ton because look at where it leaves your opponent. Leaves them literally dead in their tracks. They have to. Rambo could be very expensive. What I mean by he could be very expensive is that a lot of people are going to roll and wake up armor. Like it just, you cannot wake up buttons against Rambo. You know, especially if you know you're spacing your shit right with him. Um, it's just not a character you want to wake up buttons with. You know. And also he could be very annoying far. One thing I like to do is like cancel then go into a slide. Another thing, you could have this and then make it seem like you're gonna do that, and then they just go to the polling holes on the low. You could do one. I mean one. Sorry, one. Jesus Christ. And then all of a sudden go in for the snare. So you can really fuck up the time. You could just throw one. This you could throw one. And then two, and then go into that, or you could throw three, or you could even just cancel it, and then, my fault, boom, and then go into that. So there's little mind games you could do, especially with the bow. You could like cancel off of it and really throw your opponent off, or you could just pull it out and then just start. And he has really good movement as well. He has a good wave dash as well, like really good movement. So definitely take advantage of that. I like this variation. I used to think it was a really dumb variation, just because like I guess just people wanted it for damage and stuff. But it's actually a deep variation. Not gonna lie. I just like the fact that Rambo has strings that leave your opponent dead in their tracks, like literally off of anything because of the slide right there. This string right here. This one as well, like every damn string. Not only that, but he could get some really nice damage. He could just look like this, and your opponent doesn't know what you're gonna do. You can go in for a grab, or you could do 1, 2, and then you can go in for your command grab, and then right there, boom, boom, and then all of a sudden, sorry, boom, boom, boom. It just leaves really nice damage. But yeah, definitely take advantage of your strike throw game with Rambo. Take advantage of your slides. If you're landing this right here and you're amplifying it from right here, you don't always have to. One thing that I would always do if I like land this string, get my slides and stuff, is I'll start closing on my opponent. You don't really have to close in on your opponent, because a lot of people are going to wake up buttons in this situation right here, just so you know. Like if you hit your opponent with a slide for whatever reason, people are going to wake up buttons, and then there's a good chance you get caught. Instead, you can literally post back here, throw this, and then play this little mind game with the bow, and then cancel out of it, and then throw low, or pull it out, and then just start closing in on your opponent. So there's really nice mind games. The bow, it's actually, I really like to use it to close in on my opponent. Like they think something's going to come out, and then I start closing in on them with his movement. And then you could do the low. And then another really nice thing with Rambo that I feel people should start taking advantage of is that, you know, when your opponent starts whiffing, or, you know, you do a stagger and you step back, you can like throw the freaking snare if they try closing in on you, and they'll get caught. That's one thing I like to do. Or if you think they're going to jump, you could throw your freaking bow. You can step back, throw your bow, and then just really mess with your opponent. So definitely take advantage of this. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Haul away, haul back. Check you bastards later. Deuces.